Hello, everyone, and welcome to Friday. Man, oh, I'm crying. I gotta tell you guys some stuff today. Gotta tell you some stuff. As you know, we have been a little crazy trying to get everything done that we have to get done, right? Okay. I finished God of War today. Awesome. Now, what needed to happen was we were going to sit down today. We had plenty of time. Sit down, and we were going to play Sea of Flame 2, which is the Minecraft custom map that we were going to do. We're going to do. Ha ha ha! And we started playing it. And funny thing about Sea of Flame and the Vex Super Hostile maps, this one in particular, it's multiple branching. There's a bunch of different paths. Basically, what you have to do is there's 16 dungeons, and you have to collect the item in each of these 16 dungeons, and you win. Now, the dungeons have varying levels of difficulty. They are not posted anywhere. They are not posted in the game. You have no idea what difficulty dungeon you are on. Me and Mouse start playing this. It's hard. I mean, it's pretty hard at the beginning. It's pretty difficult. We play about, I don't know, probably 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes, and we've scouted a location. We've set up our little camp. We found the victory monument, as they call it, where you put all your prized winnings, all your special items that you get. And we've done good. We have a renewable source of wood, doing pretty good. Then we decide, well, we got to get started on finding these things. We go to the first dungeon. The first dungeon happens to be a spider dungeon. I don't remember what it was called. I think it was number 12 or 13 on the list. They're numbered. And we don't know what to expect. And we go in there, and I mean, we barely have stone tools, you know. That's as good as we had, stone tools. So we get started on this, and it's hard. It's really hard. Really hard. But we have nothing to compare it to. We don't know that it's hard. I mean, we know that it's hard, but we don't know that it's hard in comparison to the other stuff. We spent 2 hours, over 2 hours in that dungeon, in that one place, and we never beat it. Ever. And we did not get very far. Like, it was almost bizarre how little progress we made in that time. I mean, we didn't do jack. It was crazy. There was just bajillions of enemies, and you know, we were doing a pretty good job of getting rid of them, but it took so long, and we died over and 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 over. And when you know, I looked at the clock and I realized we'd been playing for 3 hours, and we didn't even have one of these things. There were 16, and I was done. Yeah, I looked at Mao and I said, Mao, we can't even use this, because we couldn't. It was boring as crap. I mean, we're funny, you know. We say funny things. We do funny things. People like watching Minecraft. You could not stand to watch 7 20-minute episodes in a row of us, you know, walking a few blocks and getting killed and doing it all over again. It was awful. It was so dreadful. So dreadful. And we looked up online, and apparently, you know, the different dungeons have different difficulty levels, and they're never posted. But you're supposed to start with the easy ones, and as you go through, you get better equipment, and by the time you get to the one where we were at, which was one of the hardest in the game, then you will be all set. You have diamond equipment, all this crazy stuff, and you'll be able to take on everything really easily. Yeah, we didn't do that. So, we deleted the footage. The footage is gone because it was boring. We can't show you guys that. It's just, it's not worth it. You know, I feel bad that we wasted 3 hours, especially because we needed to get it done tonight, because it needed to export overnight so I could cut it up, you know, tomorrow and start getting it uploaded. But we can't do it. No, we can't do it. So Sea of Flame 2 is canceled. In the future, we may do another super hostile map, but we can't do one that has branching paths. It's got to be super linear, because it was ridiculous. And it has to be entertaining for you guys, and it wasn't entertaining. Just comes right down to it. Even people who love our stuff and will watch anything that we produce, I would feel bad having to subject them to, episodes and episodes and episodes in a row where nothing is happening. So, we're not doing it. Sea Flame 2 is canceled, which, saddens me a little bit because I've never had to cancel an LP, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Anyway, we've decided that as a replacement, we're going to be doing a map called Monarch of Madness, because, I went back through and looked at some of the things that people had recommended. I looked at Monarch of Madness, looked at some screenshots, and, it looked cool, downloaded it, I tested it, I jumped into the world, and it does work and everything, so I think we're going to do Monarch of Madness, so that's what we're going to do. It's a replacement. Yep, and you're probably saying, that sucks. Yeah, trust me, the feeling of thinking that I had to cancel an LP, I've never had to do that, ever had to do that, but, it was just one of those situations where it was too hard. It was too hard. I mean, could we have beaten it eventually? Yeah, probably. In fact, looking back on it, the amount of progress that we made, having no supplies, was pretty good. Pretty good. We had stone tools. We did not have a food source, which was killing us, because we could only go down and do so much, and then we were going to get ourselves killed, so we made a chest and had it there, and, we had the bed, so we would do stuff, and then we would get ourselves killed, because we'd run out of food, so we would just commit suicide, and then go back to the bed. It was a mess. It was a mess, yeah. So, yeah, I've never had to do that, but, you gotta do what you gotta do. And that's what we had to do. Me and Mal both agreed that kill it. Kill it with fire. Don't try to push forward. Don't make it this weird 30-episode LP. Kill it. So, Monarch of Madness. Anyway, so that's what happened today. Pretty much. It took a long time to finish God of War. God of War is a much longer game than I thought. And, Monarch of Madness is replacing Sea Flames 2. Once again, Vex is not off the grid. We would do a Vex in the future, but it's got to be super linear, and it can't be like that spider dungeon. Dear God, it was awful. It was awful. Anyone who's played Sea of Flames and has been in that spider dungeon can really connect with me here, because it was crazy. Anyway, so that's going to be it for today. And I thank you guys for watching this vlog, and I'm sorry if it bored you, but that was pretty much what happened today, and it was so much rage, and I rage quitted so hard. I was like, I can't do this, and while the commentary is going on, you're trying to play it off. You're like, it's really hard, and in my mind, I'm thinking, I want to punch this guy in the face. If he just would have had some kind of thing in there that was don't start with the hard ones, and then labeled them so you kind of knew where to progress. It was hard. Anyway, if you guys have a Vex that you can recommend that's not, a multiple branching path thing, we may do it in the future, but as for right now, we can't do it. We got too much stuff to do to try and sit there and crawl through a dungeon like that, so it's not going to happen. Anyway, once again, thank you guys for watching, and as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we? When? I think my parents are actually coming to visit. If not tomorrow, then Sunday, but I think they'll be here tomorrow night. Anyway, join us.